futuristic city scenes flash across the screen. Seamless payments happen with a simple scan. Autonomous vehicles glide silently through streets. This isn't a science fiction movie. This is today. A world where your city anticipates your needs, where your car can find its own parking spot, and you pay for coffee with just a smile. I'm Stickman Xing, taking you inside the world's most ambitious experiment. Here are 5 questions for our journey. Ready? What percentage uses mobile payments? Which company became the #1 EV seller in 2025? How many 5G base stations has China deployed? What does new quality productive forces mean? What is a digital twin city? These 5 questions will be answered throughout our journey. Watch closely and test yourself at the end. Don't worry, this is just for fun, no prizes, just bragging rights.
Welcome to Stickman's China Quiz. I'm Xing, born in China, raised in Hong Kong, and the person behind the channel. By now, you probably already know Stickman Xing, our little visual guide who helps to bring each topic to life. Here's how it works. We research deeply, animate with AI, and end every episode with a quiz that puts you in the driver's seat. If you're tired of shallow headlines and want to truly understand China, you've come to the right place. No politics, no noise, just facts, stories, and curiosity. Join us as we discover the real China together.
China's strategy is clear: become global leader in science by mid-century. But this isn't just a goal on paper, it's happening in plain sight. At the heart is something called new quality productive forces. Think of it as a new way of thinking about growth. Instead of building factories, China is betting everything on innovation. AI, 5G, and big data aren't just tools, they're the foundation. So, what does this look like in practice? Start with the workforce. China faces a shrinking labor pool. Their solution? AI-powered humanoid robots. By 2025, over 140 companies were building these robots. Not as sci-fi novelties, but as practical helpers. In factories, they work alongside humans. In elder care homes, they assist with daily tasks. It's a pragmatic response to a real demographic shift. But AI goes far beyond robotics. In Shanghai's hospitals, AI helps doctors diagnose diseases earlier. Drones monitor crop health with pinpoint precision on farms. In labs, AI accelerates drug discovery, saving years of research. All this requires immense computing power, so China is building fast. New data centers are rising across the country. With global chip supplies uncertain, Huawei pivoted from phones to semiconductors. It's a massive push for self-reliance driven by necessity. This isn't just about technology, it's about reimagining an economy. A PwC forecast suggests AI could contribute 26% of China's GDP. By 2030, that's the scale of what's being built. If AI is the brain, China's cities are the body. They're becoming living, thinking organisms. China launched over 500 smart city pilot projects, the largest urban experiment in human history. The goal? Use data to make cities cleaner, safer, more efficient. The backbone is 5G. By end of 2025, China deployed 4.83 million 5G base stations, more than the rest of the world combined. This isn't just for faster video streaming. Millions of sensors communicate instantly on lampposts, traffic lights, bins. The city sees itself in real time. Take Shanghai. Residents use an app called Citizen Cloud. Or Suishanban, it gives access to over 1,000 services. Register a marriage? Done. Schedule a doctor? One tap. Check Social Security, pay utilities, report issues, all from one platform. Government services finally catch up with the digital age. Walk through Hangzhou or Shenzhen, you'll see the city thinking. Traffic lights adjust automatically to reduce congestion. Autonomous street sweepers roam at night. At the port of Shanghai, the world's busiest container port, driverless vehicles shuttle containers with precision. Robotic cranes stack them. Humans monitor, but work happens without them. Here's where it gets really interesting. Digital twin cities. Planners create complete virtual copies of entire cities, fed by real-time data from millions of sensors. Want to build a new subway line? Test it in the digital twin first. Planning an emergency evacuation? Simulate it virtually. It's like a city-building video game, but the stakes are real. Millions of people will live with the results. This is the promise. Cities that work with you. Less time stuck in traffic, less bureaucracy, more convenience, more predictability. If you're loving what you're seeing so far, here's something simple. Hit that subscribe button right now. It's free. It helps Stickman keep making videos like this. You'll be first to know when we explore more. China's ancient traditions and futuristic innovations. Subscribe now. Let's keep this journey going together. Now let's zoom in from city scale to daily life. Because this is where the future becomes completely normal. First, your wallet. In urban China, cash is almost extinct. The country leapfrogged credit cards straight to mobile payments. Two apps dominate, Alipay and WeChat Pay. Together, they've created a world where 86% pay with phones. That's over 1.2 billion people. Scan a QR code, look at the camera for facial verification. Transaction done in seconds. Street food vendors, high-end boutiques, utility bills, splitting dinner with friends, New Year gifts all digital. For young people, carrying a physical wallet feels outdated, like using a paper map instead of GPS. This cashless foundation enabled something bigger, the EV revolution. China doesn't just have an EV market, it is the EV market.
In 2025, BYD surpassed Tesla as the world's #1 EV seller.
BYD stands for Build Your Dreams. But it's not just BYD. Geely, NIO, XPeng, even Xiaomi compete fiercely. They produce innovative, affordable EVs transforming streets worldwide. The government played a role by building infrastructure. By late 2025, China installed over 20 million charging units. Imagine finding a charger easier than finding a gas station. Range anxiety? Solved. Battery technology is advancing rapidly too. CATL and BYD lead globally, improving energy density and charging speeds. Some new EVs add hundreds of kilometers range in under 15 minutes. But here's the really futuristic part. Vehicles aren't just vehicles anymore. Soon, your car won't just draw power, it can sell it back. During peak demand, millions of EVs become a giant distributed battery, helping stabilize the grid and store renewable energy. Your car, your home, and the city all talk to each other, optimizing energy use automatically. This is daily life now, paying with your face, driving electric, living in a city that thinks, it feels like the future we were always promised. Of course, any major transformation comes with questions. China's leap forward is no exception. A balanced picture looks at both sides. First, the pace of change itself. When technology moves fast, society catches up slowly. Older generations without smartphones find themselves excluded. Services now assume digital access. The government responded with training programs and simplified interfaces. But the transition isn't always smooth. Second, jobs and skills. Automation solves labor shortages but displaces workers. Truck drivers, factory workers, cashiers' roles employing millions are disappearing. China invests heavily in retraining and education. But the shift creates real uncertainty for workers caught in the middle. Third, data and trust. People share more information than ever. Most appreciate the convenience facial payments are faster than wallets. But it raises universal questions about data use and protection. These conversations happen in China just like everywhere else. Fourth, demographic pressures. China's population is aging rapidly. The workforce is shrinking. This is a key reason for the AI push. Robots aren't luxuries here, they're necessities. But fewer young people support more elderly citizens, creating pressures that technology alone can't solve. And finally, the sheer scale. Building 500 smart cities, deploying 5 million base stations, transitioning 500 million vehicles to electric. These aren't small projects. They require immense coordination. Sometimes things go wrong. Sometimes systems don't work as planned. The ambition is breathtaking, but execution at this scale is unprecedented. These aren't unique to China. Every tech-driven society grapples with them. The difference is speed. China is moving faster than almost anyone. These questions arrive sooner and demand answers now. Before we get to the quiz, I want to ask you something. If you're enjoying this deep dive into China's future, take 2 seconds right now and click that subscribe button. It tells YouTube you want more content like this, and it helps Stickman grow this community of curious minds. Subscribe now, and then let's see how well you are paying attention. Question 1. What percentage uses mobile payments? A. 56%. B. 72%. C. 86%. D. 93%. Answer is C. 86%. That's over 1.2 billion people. China leapfrogged credit cards straight from cash to phones. Street vendors, subways, even tipping all done with a QR code scan. Question 2. Which company surpassed Tesla as #1 EV seller in 2025? A. NIO. B. Geely. C. BYD. D. Xiaomi. Answer is C. BYD. Build Your Dreams delivered over 4.2 million vehicles. Fun fact, BYD started as a battery company. Now they're powering cars, buses, and even electric trucks. Question 3. How many 5G base stations has China deployed? Option A, 1.2 million. Option B, 2.8 million. Option C, 4.8 million. Option D, 6.3 million. Answer is C, 4.8 million, more than the rest of the world combined. Near universal coverage, from Shanghai skyscrapers to rural villages. Everything connects. Question 4. What does new quality productive forces refer to? A. Faster factory assembly lines. B. Innovation-led growth through AI and technology. C. New international trade agreements. D. High-speed rail expansion. Answer is B. Innovation-led growth through AI and technology. China's official strategy to move beyond traditional industries. Make technology the primary economic engine, the future as national policy. Question 5. What is a digital twin city? A. Two cities connected by high-speed rail. B. A virtual replica to simulate real-world changes. C. A city built twice in two different locations. D. A city run entirely by AI without humans. Answer is B. A virtual replica used to simulate real-world changes. Planners test new subway lines, evacuations, traffic patterns digitally first, before spending billions in the real world. It's a flight simulator for city planning. So, how did you do? Let us know your score in the comments. 5 out of 5?
Well done.
You were paying attention. 3 out of 5? Time for a rewatch. Stickman wants to hear from you. Would you live in a smart city? Does paying with your face sound convenient or strange? What questions do you have about China's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments, I read them. And here's the invitation. If this video made you curious, consider visiting. The high-speed trains, the cashless convenience. Ancient temples mixed with futuristic cities. Watching videos is one thing. Experiencing it firsthand is something else. China is open. There's never been a more exciting time to explore. If you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. We'll explore more of China's past, present, and future. From the Great Wall to the latest innovations. New videos drop regularly. You won't want to miss what's next. Thanks for watching. Stay curious. Keep learning. I'll see you in the next one.